welcome back. Today we're going to go shopping. My shopping list was put together by my wonderful patrons. With massive thanks to all my patrons, including new patrons Cheese Mondo, Brian A. Reed, Mr. Bozo Head, Sven Arn Grimson, Thomas B, Andy Woods, Glenn Chapman and Dark Saber, and my very newest patrons Chris Holmes, Crafty Keeler, William Schofield and Nell Pinion. Thank you all so very much. About a week ago on one of my live streams I put up some photos of what my local supermarket was like, and most of the shelves were pretty empty. Today I was due to go out for another shop. I'm basically the only person in the household who is able to do this, and so I thought it'd be worth filming what it's like now. Partly because it'd be interesting just to see how well things are organised, how calm people are, how much they like queuing. But also I thought it could be particularly of interest to people in other countries, those that are already locked down and those that are in the process of being locked down. So here we go, a sensible trip to the supermarket. Well, today I'm just doing a supply run. Come to the local supermarket. It's about an 8-mile distance for me, and I only really passed maybe 20 vehicles in total, and half of those were trucks and lorries delivering stuff. But I've got to the Tesco's and the car park is full, which I found quite surprising. So we're going to have a look and see what the current situation is with the supermarkets here in the UK. We've got quite a queue. Everyone's spaced out before they can get round and into the supermarket itself. It's not moving particularly quickly. No idea how long this is going to take. Just talking to a guy, and it looks like it might be about 30-minute wait to get all the way down and into the supermarket. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, they let 1, 2 or 3 people in as 1, 2 or 3 people leave the store, and as soon as you get in there, there's a little cleaning station in case you want to do any more cleaning to the trolley, and then they send you round the store in a particular direction. Well, the fruit and veg seems well stocked up, and they've got distance markings on all the floor. This time there are things like eggs, but just not that wide a variety. But you can get what you want. There's plenty of milk, but there's still a limit on the amount you can get. The bread's okay now, so I'll be able to buy a few more. This is a bit of a problem when there's 8 people in the house. Canned goods is still pretty low. Unless you like just sweet corn or peas, and there's plenty of those. The crisis is over. We got toilet roll. Well, no problem if you like a little tipple. Well, I haven't done bad. Managed to get most of the stuff I wanted. Just a few bits I couldn't. And now we've got queuing to get out. And they've done it back to front, so we go through to the wrong side of the tills, but all controlled one at a time. Interesting experience. Well, that was all absolutely fine. It was pretty calm, pretty restrained, no one panicking, no pushing and shoving. Managed to get, I reckon, about 80%, maybe 90% of what I needed. Yeah, it's quite an odd feeling shopping like that. It's like living in one of these disaster movies. You know, it's the end of the world as you know it, but I feel fine. Anyway, see you all soon. Stay sensible. So all in all, things really weren't too bad. I suppose there was a certain amount of novelty in the way they've got things set up. It was certainly a lot calmer than usual, not all the pushing and shoving and getting frustrated with people blocking you in all the time, so that was actually quite pleasant. As I said, I think most things are in the store, which is good. So hopefully, as people see that, they're going to calm down further. So at this point, the social distancing is not too bad. As long as people stick to it and only go out for the shopping or work if they absolutely have to, we should be able to break this spread of the virus, or at least slow it right down. There are some idiots though who just refuse to accept this, like those people that were caught recently having a big party of 25, 30 people plus all their kids. It only takes one of those to be infected and not even know it to spread it to virtually all of those, and each of those people will go back to their homes and spread it to their families. So right now it's just a real inconvenience. That's very different than a total martial law type lockdown that people like Richie from Boston seem to be fearing and seem to be believing is happening. As long as everyone is complying and doing the sensible thing, everything would be fine. I did not see a single police officer. A single police officer was not needed. But if people disobey and cause issues, so the police have to get involved, eventually you could reach the level where the police are unable to cope. And that is when martial law does get implemented, which nobody wants. Now, if you have a concern about liberties being taken away, that's understandable. But you consider China, which is a very communist, very dictatorial system, and yet in Wuhan, which has been totally locked down for 2 months, they are now lifting those restraints that have been placed on people. So if somewhere like communist China, which to be honest controls people's lives almost totally, if somewhere like that is lifting the restraints, then it's going to happen here. It's going to happen in the States. But it would be stupid to lift them before things are under control, before your health service is prepared and able to cope with the levels of people who are sick, because that is going to go on for months and months and months. A lot of us are going to catch it. A lot of us are going to do absolutely fine and barely notice it. Some people will need medical attention. If we have too many sick at once, then the health services can't cope. Then not only people are dying because of the disease, but people are dying because of other non-related issues, because there's too many people in the hospital at once with the disease. So we've got to all work together. As I said, it's a pain in the butt, it's an inconvenience, but that's all it is. Today was actually the first time, I think, in about 5 days that I've been anywhere. And I'm quite happy about that. I totally accept it. I've been on leave the past couple of weeks, so I haven't had to go into work. Today, I actually spoke to them after having spoken and seeking medical advice, and I am now on stringent social distancing for 12 weeks. So I'm not going to work. They're going to see if they can sort out something for me to do here. But either way, I'm not going out to work. And I'm not going out to the cinema, not going out to a pub or a restaurant or whatever. That's fine. I'll survive. That's not going to kill anyone. What's going to kill people are those idiots who refuse to believe there's a virus, or refuse to accept the authority of the society that they live in, and who try and ignore things and carry on. They are the ones who will spread things. They are the ones who are risking other people's lives. Anyway, this has been an interesting episode, a little bit serious. Tomorrow I do an experiment with a mobile phone and the International Space Station. Be there. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until then, take care and stay sensible.
Shut up and sit down.